I want to say Kalalali Abashim Washai Bashim Kodash the apostles of Grimstone. Shalom to all the brothers in the highway and byway preaching this word in sincerity and in truth with much honesty. I'm the brother Shapar.
Barakabash.
Yeah, we come to the end of yet another year, you know, and we enter into a so-called new year, you know, according to this society, new year. The apostle already coined the year already, you know, and you know, hey, we're in for a ride, man. 2020 was a ride, and we're in for more. And hopefully, this year is the coming of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahweh. You know what I mean? This devil is accelerating his plans. You know what I mean? And we think this year he might go further accelerate those plans, man. You know what I mean? Now, a lot of people out there is uncertain of what's going on, you know, scrambling for information, you know, concerning the current climate of things. But one of the main things you need to understand is that, look, all that is going on is based on biblical prophecy. Yeah? Behind everything that's going on is the Lord Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh, directing what's going on, man. We're entering into the time of some great judgments, man. The Lord's about to bring some great judgments upon the earth, man. And we're going to witness those things very shortly. You know what I mean? Now, for the current climate of things, you know, or even, hey, it's a open forum so we can't speak about what's going on, you know, how the year go out and what's about to start this year. And right now, there are certain threats that have been fired across the bow of the so-called Jamaican government, you know, in regards to China, you know. Basically what's going on now, the Americans basically threatening Jamaica, indirectly by the way, you know, over this 5G technology that that the government of Jamaica is now pursuing. And some of the threats basically of economic ramifications, right? You know what I mean? And that's one aspect of the crisis is that basically it's going to happen, you know, and in the times going down the line, coupled with food shortages and all that. And how we know this is because, hey, it's all biblical prophecy.
Right,
it's the word of the Lord coming to pass. So not only we have this pandemic, you know, we have other issues coming up because these men have a specific goal in mind. They need to get certain crises that them can implement drastic changes. You heard about the Great Reset. You heard about the Fourth Industrial Revolution. You know, you hear about Agenda 2030. You know, a lot of things gonna happen to help bolster or help to push, you know, things forward, you know, to that agenda. You know, so we are going to have here.
A precept that's to start.
First precept, yeah.
It's a 2 Peter 3 verse 12. Just going into coining the year.
Right.
Pastor said, you know, just pushing that spirit out. Looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of the Lord.
Hey, because look, man, all these things basically you see happening now, the changes that you see making now is basically signs showing that the day of the Lord is basically coming, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? So what you're supposed to be doing right now is basically looking to see the coming of the Lord right now. He said, when you see these things, look up, because what? Your redemption draw nigh, man. Right. And we've been seeing those things and more to come to. You know what I mean? Right. So hey, this wonderful time we're living in, man. We're living at the point in time where this generation gonna witness, you know, our God and our Savior.
Right.
Savior, man. Yeah.
As the apostle going at the word hasting, it means to desire earnestly.
Yep.
You see me? So it's we're in the heavens, being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. We're
looking forward for World War III, man.
Right.
That is brewing right now. as I mentioned, World War III. Iran, tensions are rising high over there between Israel and Iran. You know what I mean? Basically, Israel must send a nuclear submarine, to the Straits, Hormuz. And Iran been warned about the red line. If them cross the red line, they're going to retaliate. And basically, they're speaking about the death of Soleimani, or whatever name. You know, in the midst of all of that, Israel basically poking Iran, you know, firing a couple of missiles over there to one of the Iranian bases over there in Syria, killing a lot of soldiers over there, you know what I mean? Stirring up all different type of issues, man. And you have the Americans sending a nuclear sub also into the Straits, man. Right. You know?
I have an article here.
Yeah?
I can read a bit of it. This is from the ArabWeekly.com.
Go on.
And this was posted Tuesday. This Tuesday gone.
Go on.
It says US-Israel submarine moves raise concerns in Iran.
Go on.
Right?
Yeah?
It says Israel and US submarine moves in the Arabian Gulf have raised concerns in Iran over the intentions behind such maneuvers and the messages that Washington and Tel Aviv are trying to convey
right.
to their president.
What message? The message of war, man.
Gone.
Yeah? What they are saying is that the message that Washington and Israel is sending is a declaration of war, man.
That is it right there.
And guess what? That is prophecy. That is prophecy. And in the meanwhile, we have China, Australia getting bugged the hell out because it seems as if anytime soon there's going to be conflict with China. Seeing so, the Shanghai group, the Iranian, the Chinese, the Shanghai posse, the Iranian and the Chinese and the Russians, you know what I mean, are getting ready for war, man.
Right, precept.
Yeah, remember that?
Matthew 24 verse 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
And that's what we're hearing now. We're hearing of rumors of wars, man. That's what's going on right now. You know what I mean? So you speaking about one crisis. Yeah, other crises to come, man.
Crises.
Yeah, crises to come, man. You know what I mean? So look forward for some other things kicking off in this year, man.
Can.
Yeah?
It said for see that ye be not troubled.
Can.
For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
Can.
For nation shall rise against nation,
Can.
kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines.
What the US basically saying to the Jamaican government, basically say if there is a war, find out that thing, the article, brother. He said if there is a war between China and America, saying what side Jamaica is gonna be on. That's where the argument went. You have other countries like Australia basically negotiating the same thing. If they're going on the American side, or if they're going to be on the Chinese side. And if them can be neutral in the whole situation. Every nation considering now which side they're going to take. We're going to war.
Right.
Nations shall rise up against nation. We're seeing those things coming to pass right now.
Right.
Yeah, go on.
So this is from the Jamaica Cleaner. Posted a little after midnight last night.
Last night.
Right? Reader's reaction. Tapia says Jamaica should consider where it would stand in the US-China war.
Right, in the US-China war. Continue, brother.
For the roughly 16 months that outgoing United States ambassador to Jamaica, Donald Tapia, has been Washington's top diplomat to Jamaica, he has been urging the Andrew Holness-led government to steer clear of Chinese 5G technologies, arguing that it poses national security risks. Here are some readers' reaction via Gleaner's social media page. Right? Twitter, did you notice that his first name is Donald? The apple never falls far from the tree. There's some people making fun of it, yo.
Just like the World War III memes a year ago. You know, yeah, everybody was when
even last year when Solomon
did, yeah, well, World War III memes. People take this thing for a joke, man.
Right.
You people take this thing for a joke, man. Hey, go on.
This another person respond, Chinese money feel better in their pockets, Mr. Sir. Right. Trump doctrine ends January 20, 2021. Right. Be sure to come back on vacation anytime.
Hey, this is not about Trump, man. This is not about Trump, man. You know what I mean? The policies, American foreign policy does not change when the administration change, man. You know what I mean? Doesn't change. The same policies, man. Yeah? Because right now, China is a great threat to the United States of America.
Right.
According to Agenda 2030, according to the World Economic Forum, you know what I mean? Outlook for 2030, according to them say America will not be the global superpower, man.
Anymore. Them dwindling already.
They are saying that they don't intend for America to be the world global superpower, man. You know what I mean? So guess what? They are planning to destroy America in a third world war, man. If it draws down to that, which basically is going to draw down to that. Give me Revelation, brother. Give me Revelation 17 and the beast. You know, that eventually it's coming down to that, man. You know what I mean? Because the Lord prophecies have to be fulfilled.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's the reason why they are saying this. That's the reason why the Great Reset, as they would say, does not have America as one of hegemony over the nations, man. You know what I mean? Because they don't plan for the new world order with a country basically bullying other country according to them. You know? So America gets set up for a fall, man, by the elites of the society.
This
is
Revelation 17. I'll start at verse 12 just to get the entire point. It says, "And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast."
Right, they receive power as king 1 hour with the beast. Continue.
Right, which is NATO and EU,
Yeah,
right? It says, "These have one mind and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. These shall make war with the Lamb, right? And the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is Lord of lords and King of kings, and they that are with him are called and few and chosen." Right. It said, and he said unto me, "The waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, which is America, and peoples are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues." Right.
People from all over the world, man.
Right. Go to America, right? It said, "And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire." Right. "For God has put it in their hearts to fulfill his will."
Right, so the plans that they have that does not include America in its current state.
Right.
You know what I mean? Is placed there by the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. He sowed that seed in their heart. You know what I mean? And it got as far as the evil to destroy America totally off the face of the earth, man. That's how far it goes, man. And it shall be what? Utterly burned with fire. What type of fire? Thermonuclear fire. America is going to be brought into a war to be destroyed.
Right, a quick side precept. Proverbs 21 verse 1, "The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will."
So the Lord is basically steering these elite to set up a third world war, man. To destroy America, man. To fulfill his prophecy, man. That's how marvelous the works of the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you will see that. Hey, 2020 was, you see some drastic things happen in 2020, man.
2020 a warm up.
You know, drastic things. Things that you wouldn't imagine in 2019. A man wouldn't imagine that men could ever plan to destroy one whole entire country, you know what I mean, as an excuse to bring about a new world order. One would never think about something like that.
Right.
That's beyond the realms of a man's imagination.
Right.
You know what I mean? But these men, they have it in their heart to destroy America.
Hey, at the beginning of 2020, people never imagined so many things that happen. The lockdowns right across the world. You see me? Something that we call it again, Premier League lockdown, NBA lockdown, NFL lockdown. Hey, nobody never imagined that possible, yo. Right, but here we are. Right. This is Revelation 17 and 17 again. "For God has put it in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree and to give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of God shall be fulfilled." Right, that's one of the reasons why you see the World Economic Forum, you know what I mean, different summits, and basically telling you the future that they're planning to build on the earth, man. You know what I mean? Them telling you the future. Right. Yeah? What them plan to build. And the Lord is going to disrupt it. It's within the prophecies of the Lord, man. Yeah? And they're going to try to chip your asses, man. That's the next move. The next move now is to chip your asses, man. Right. You know what I mean? If we can just get back in the article a little bit. It's in an exclusive interview with the Gleaner. Ahead of his departure for the United States next week, as his tour of duty ends, Tapia laid into the Chinese again with one final parting shot. He accused the Chinese of using a local network to listen in on his phone conversations.
Gone.
Adding that it also threatened long-guarded national intelligence reciprocity between the JDF and the US counterparts.
Gone.
Right? Tapia said that he was not actually warning Jamaica, but was inviting a conversation of circumstances to make people look at the things
Hey, what they call
that
it?
would or
It's a
could.
diplomatic threat, man.
Right.
He's making a diplomatic threat, man. You know what I mean? He's making a diplomatic threat. Basically, what he's saying, making leagues with the Chinese, in any form of way, technological way, you know what I mean, is basically leaving America vulnerable.
Right, pretty much. Because they must say, yo, America pretty much communicate with Jamaica.
Right.
Some
So you're giving the Chinese access to American...
Right, indirectly.
Indirectly.
Right. To Jamaica.
To Jamaica.
Right. This is Proverbs...
Serious matter, yeah?
This is Psalm 55 verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart.
Right, war is in his heart.
Right.
And if we go further, you have the interview basically with him interviewing on the Star. He say, if eventually, this is what he says, you know. He say, I don't know if it's in the article.
Probably nice same article.
He say, if eventually Jamaica,
yeah. Right. He said, it doesn't. These are theme quotes. It doesn't mean it is a warning. It's just saying, look, here is where the world is moving. Here is where the government of the US is moving. Where Europe is moving. And one of the things you have to look at is if the US goes to war with China, what umbrella will Jamaica be under?
Okay, this is what's going to happen, man. The US is going to go to war with China. Not only China, but Russia, Iran, and all the other allies, man.
Right.
World War III is coming, man. And him know that. You know what I mean? Jamaica is just a strategic point right now.
And the thing is, the parliament in Jamaica, them take that statement from Donald Tapia very seriously. Them know what it mean.
Right.
The average Jamaican may not know what it mean.
Right.
But the politicians know what it mean.
Yeah.
And right now, them scared.
So what if Jamaica, China go to war with America?
Right.
What would happen to Jamaica? Think about it.
Yeah, people are commenting about why can't we be neutral.
Think about it.
You
know what's gonna happen? You're gonna have blockades. You know what I mean? You're gonna have military invasions. You know what I mean? And trust me, when it come out to food security, you know what I mean?
Most of our
problems there.
A lot of our food come from the US.
Problems there, brother.
Right. And if not from US allies. Right. It says, would you be under the umbrella with China or under the umbrella with the US?
And that is very serious, man. When you consider what will happen, the ramifications if there's a war and you're on the enemy's side.
You have to choose. And the thing is, you can't remain neutral, yo.
Hey, we've been talking about this for what? For the past decade.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? About the Chinese Jamaican linkage and basically the problems what it was gonna cause in the first place.
Right.
What actually he's saying, we were already saying that years on end.
Right.
Concerning the relations between China and Jamaica, and we've been telling you people that it's gonna come down to the war argument. You know what I mean? And the boaty thing where Jamaica did a play all along, said never did that go work. Cause the thing is now, Jamaica get caught between a rock and a hard place in regards to China and America. You know why? Because Jamaica have debt obligations with China and many other things. Don't think that Jamaica can just jump from China and jump to America without consequences also. Just like how the American threatening Jamaica have consequences, the Chinese can threaten Jamaica also have consequences, not leaning to their side. Right. So there is where we have now what you call it, a catch
22.
Catch 22 situation, man. You know what I mean? Hey, the scripture they tell. Hey, look, man. Hey, you see, if we have leaders that would follow the scriptures, then this wouldn't have happened, man. But it's all biblical prophecy. Right. You know what I mean? They show you why you know to make leagues with heathen men. You know, having many lovers. That's because according to the scriptures. You know what I mean? So you have two men now. So one of them will kill a ratted. You know? You seriously think of? You know? And it feeds the spirit of the type of killings that take place in Jamaica when you come on to man and woman thing. At the same vibration spiritually, man. You know what I mean? Woman give man bun and man end up and kill them. No for that I go on to Jamaica from past couple of years now. You know, it's like a crisis type situation. Now you have Jamaica on a spiritual level again. One of our man bun. And now the chickens are coming home to roast, man. You know? All biblical prophecy, man.
Right.
Yeah?
That precept may I try to find. Let's see if we can find it.
Building a house with other man's money.
Yeah.
Tomb for his burial, man.
Yeah.
Yeah? Hey, I tell you, man, this year is going to be beautiful, man. Going to be beautiful.
Find it.
Yeah?
Alright. This is Ecclesiastes 21 verse 8. He that buildeth his house with other men's money,
Right.
right, is like one that gathereth stones for the tomb of his burial.
And it fits so much to the Jamaican government, man. It fits so much. Now you have debt obligations, man. You have debt obligations and your decisions them where you have to go make.
Rough fire.
It got rough, man. It got rough. Yeah, you know?
Right. It continues to say during an October visit to the military base in the southern province of Guangdong, Chinese President Xi Jinping called on troops to put all their minds and energy on preparing for war. Right? That's how the president of China tell him troops.
Yeah.
He was speaking amid tension between Washington and Beijing, which remain at the highest point in decades, with strong disagreements over trade, Taiwan, and the coronavirus pandemic. Right? 6 weeks ago, when the president of China stated to his army, "Be prepared for war," you didn't report it. I'm talking about Jamaica.
Yeah.
You didn't report either that the Swedish government, their prime minister, came out and said that the worst danger to Sweden was China. Tapia said, seeking to strengthen his point. They have borrowed the 5G.
What they are saying, the Jamaican government is lapsing.
Right, they're on the wrong side.
They're lapsing.
Right.
Basically, you must say, you know them acknowledge, say,
war go on.
threat for war is about to go down. Like, them living in a different world. Basically, he's saying that the Jamaican government is living into a different world. You know what I mean? War is about to kick off, and this is what you're doing. In my backyard, that's what I must say.
Being a whore. So they have borrowed the 5G, the Chinese Huawei equipment in Sweden, and he made an interesting comment that should resonate with everyone in the world. The Chinese president says you should be prepared for war. The US ambassador told the Gleaner.
Let that soak in, man. We've been speaking about it for years. You tell us that World War III is coming, man. Now you take a US diplomat to try to ram it down the heads of your leaders, man. You think this is a joyride? You think this thing for a joyride? You know what I mean? This is the reality that's gonna hit the hurt, man. This is the reality, man.
The amount of time Pompeo come and warn we, yo.
Yeah.
And before that, you see me, during the Obama administration, you see me, them come and warn we, but what people do? They continue playing the harlot. Yeah,
this is the reality. This is the reality, the new reality that you have to go face right now. You know what I mean? And this is gonna bring great devastation to the people on this island as a judgment from the Lord Yahweh Shemewah Shai. And part of that devastation is the inability to feed yourself, man. You know what I mean? The Lord set this up so well, you know, for you. I'm gonna fall back according to the war scripture, them brother.
Yeah, man, we'll get back to Matthew 24. Can never finish it. Matthew 24 verse 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. There shall be famines, pestilences, earthquakes.
Okay, so in the process of nation rise against nation, you're gonna know what? Of what? Famines, man. You're hearing about corona now? Yeah, we know you think we read COVID-23 or COVID-25 yet. You know what I mean? And how to tell? You know, some of these gonna be some weaponized viruses, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you have these pestilences, man. The shit ain't joke. So before the end, when your hour strike making your arrival, you have some shit to go through, some tribulation to go through. You know what I mean? So, you know, before we reach the point at the end, prepare for what's gonna happen before, man. Yeah, go on, brother.
Right. Yeah, reading on.
Yeah.
Matthew 24 verse 7 again. For nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom.
Go on.
There shall be famines and pestilences,
man. Go on.
and earthquakes in diverse places.
Go on. And a lot of these earthquakes gonna be man-made earthquakes, man.
Right. Are from the missiles.
You know what I mean? And from the missiles also,
right.
because when these conflicts start, they're gonna use them tectonic weaponry where them have, man. Such as ARP, you know, Russia for them version, the Chinese are for them version, you know what I mean? The Chinese basically creating a sun, them say, them have a big something where them say, yo, them create the conditions they have on the sun, or them have something where them say.
Or they might try the nuclear fusion.
Some nuclear fusion, something.
Yeah, they might try to tap into nuclear fusion.
Yeah, and basically them they are ahead in a certain technology than America right now.
Hey, if you be able to create anything with like the conditions for the sun, you're gonna be able to create the ability to have unlimited energy.
Yes, the Chinese actually doing that right now.
You
know what I mean? So
right.
this is the reason why America so desperately want to start a war with China, because China is all gonna overtake them. But before them, in order to attack China, they have to attack Chinese allies, man.
Right.
So they need to attack Iran,
right,
and they need to attack Russia also.
So that means that they need to rally them allies to fight along with them.
Right.
And right now, especially Germany.
Right.
Germany is doing a lot of business with Russia.
Yeah. So right. What they're relying on now to kick off a war is Israel.
Right.
You know. So Israel is the jump start for the Middle Eastern portion of the war, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's what you're basically seeing taking place now with the provocation of Iran. You know what I mean? Killing the beginning of last year, them kill the Soleimani. You know, them be killing the nuclear scientists and all that. You know, now attacking certain Iranian outposts outside of the country. You know what I mean? Trump making a threat, say if Iran kill one American, what go on? Just one, you know. Look how much Iranian these men kill from the other day. But now they're going to say if Iranian kill one American.
Yeah, because American lives are more precious.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, that's what the president is saying.
This is Isaiah 42 verse 13. The Lord shall go forth as a mighty man. He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war.
This is what's going on now. The Lord is stirring up jealousy. You know what I mean? Stirring up jealousy right now. What, brother?
He shall cry, yea, roar, he shall prevail against his enemies. I have long time holding my peace. I have been still and refrained myself. No, I will cry like a travailing woman. I will destroy and devour at once.
Right. So the Lord setting up in gathering all the nations to the valley of.
Right. Me have you now.
Okay, go on, right.
Right. Joel 3 verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles.
Right.
Prepare war.
That's what
the Chinese president say.
That's what a Chinese president is saying, man.
Prepare for war.
A matter of fact, and that's what the U.S. diplomat here is saying to the Jamaican government.
Prepare for war.
Prepare for war.
Prepare to choose a side.
And prepare to, make you know which side they're upon.
Yeah. Make you know if we treat you as an enemy, or treat you as an ally.
Yeah.
And that they might tell them, you know?
Yeah.
That they might tell them. So look here, if we go to war with China, and you choose China, we go to war with you.
Right.
And that they must say, no?
Gone.
You see me?
Yeah.
It said, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men.
Gone.
Let all the men
what
of war draw
What Xi Jinping said?
Set him troops.
Yep.
Prepare your minds.
Yep.
You see me? And all your power.
Yep.
For war. Right? Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up.
Hey, Russia been testing since the past couple of weeks. Russia been testing the NATO response, man. You know what I mean? Russia is on the movement.
Hey, you know what you see now? You see the nations counting the cost before going to war.
Gone.
As it's saying in Luke, I believe the 16th chapter. Gone. 14, one of them. Right? A king before him go to war, him count the cost.
Gone.
And him play out the war as a chess game.
You have drills, man.
Yeah.
Chinese making drills, simulating attacking Taiwan from the other day straight.
Right.
Taiwan attack can come any day now.
Hey, and no king now go to war. No king now go choose to go to war unless him feel confident say him go win you.
Gone.
Right?
Gone.
He said, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears.
Gone.
Let the weak say, I am strong.
Right. The Chinese invest millions in the military, man. more than anything else. Chinese investment in the military right now, they're going sky high, man.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Same with Russia.
India have to make a move. You know what I mean? You have India link up with some other country out there. And so, and I think another South China Sea basically sending them ships, everybody sending them ships together and trying to can make a consolidated effort against China. You know what I mean? But if you come against China, you come against other people such as the Iranians and the Russians, man. And whosoever is in league with the Russians and the Iranians. You know what I mean? Hey, the Russians the Russians well want a war with America, man. You know what I mean? Right now, the Russians well want a war with America right now as we speak, because
they don't want to be the provoking one.
What's going on now? Yeah, Russian ramming them US vehicles over there in Syria, man. Running into them with freedom vehicle, you know what I mean? Firing warning shots at US troops over there with gunship helicopters, man. That's what Russia doing over here in Syria, man. So this thing's about to get hot. You know what I mean? So these are the news that you're not hearing about right now. When this whole COVID thing going on. You know what I mean? You have men in standoff, man. You know what I mean? Firing warning shots, man ramming man, other man vehicle. You know what I mean? Seeing?
Right. Reading on, it says, assemble yourselves and come all ye heathen gather round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Right, which are the angels, yo. And best believe the angels are working on the minds of the world leaders, yo.
Right now the angels are busy. This is the most busiest time.
Right.
With for the angels, them, man. You've been seeing chariots like whoa. You know what I mean? Sightings all over the world. You know what I mean? It's a uptick. You know what I mean? To the point where Esau feel it necessary to try to use some form of psyop game. You know what I mean? Telling the people that, oh look, aliens exist, but here what? Them are part of one galactic force, so we are part of. That's what the Israeli man come out and said the other day.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Or them try to sow the seed that look, chances are there's some alien will come attack with. Yeah, because they're going to want to say, oh, the Lord, Yahweh Shemi Shai, is an alien, you know, space force where basically I come to destroy humanity. No, it's coming to destroy you, cracker, man. Right. And those nations who have the people of Israel in the current predicament where they're in right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? But they're going to sell it to the people that some UFO invasion is coming, you know what I mean, to destroy mankind. Yeah?
Right.
That's why they're coming out, them disclosing the whole UFO thing. So UFO and chariots right now, them spaceships now, is mainstream news now. But guess what? The public is so docile, them can't even receive what they are trying to say.
Exactly.
I know, I'm not even think about what the news actually are saying. And I'm tell us that there's life, seeing other places from the planet Earth. You know what I mean? Which those the life force, this is coming from what? The heavens, man. You know what I mean? Which are the angels, them. You know?
Right. It said, let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat. For I will sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get ye down, for the press is full, the fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes in the valley of decision. For the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision.
Thus, what the apostle coined this year. You know what I mean? Because the day of the Lord is near, man. So we're supposed to what? Looking forward and hasting to the day of the Lord, man.
Can. Right.
You know what I mean? This is the valley of decision we're entering into right now, man. You know what I mean? And you guess what? You're going to be tested with a microchip, man. You're going to be tested with all the calamities that going to come, you know, with the implementations and all these things that these men plan to implement, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? Shit ain't going to be pretty, man. The people talking about things coming back to normal, taking a vaccine. You know what you're going to have to get? You're going to have to get a digital passport, and from a digital passport, you're going to have a digital microchip. Implanted in you, man.
These people have no idea what 2021 are going to hold, yo. I must say, yo, leave 2020 in the rear view mirror. We're looking forward to better things. Your people have no idea what's planned for you, yo.
Yep. You know, 2020 is the start.
Exactly.
I thought to come. You have a meme with a brother. So you say, you're counting down 3, 4, 3, 2, 1.
2020 part 2.
Round 2.
Yeah.
Round 2. You're going to round 2, man.
This devil is gonna step up his game, yo.
Gone.
Alright, this is 2 Peter 3 verse 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night,
Gone.
in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise.
Gone.
Right?
Nuclear war, man.
Yeah.
Hey, look, man. Look, these men are gonna pull many stops, you know, to get their way. Right now, you have the anti-vax movement spreading across the planet, man. People saying that they're gonna take no vaccine, man.
Right. Yep.
What you think they're gonna do? You think they're gonna lay back and fall back?
I think in the United States of California, the majority of the healthcare workers in California refuse to take a vaccine.
Gone.
In Spain, there's a government registry for all the people who refuse to take the vaccine.
Gone.
That's shared among all EU members.
Gone.
Best believe the ESA plans for you people who say that you're not going to take it, yo.
There's a plan coming. You're gonna see what they're gonna do to convince people to go along.
Hey, we
plans.
We have a new mutant strain we are going to go out now. We see if it's going to kill people.
You're gonna see
bit more than the rest of them.
Hey, we see the news come out now, cause them building the narrative, you know. Them building the narrative. You know what them say? You have a news coming out now. On mainstream, by the way. I think it's a male nurse basically get the so-called vaccine, you know, and what really happened, I think I was 6 days, them say, 6 days, 6 days after the vaccine, he was diagnosed with COVID. The convict.
A WHO chief scientist come out and say there is no evidence proving that the vaccine prevents transmission of the virus.
Hey, look, man.
That's a chief scientist for the World Health Organization.
You see, this news that they are saying now, this can set the precedence. You know what I mean? For them actually injecting an actual virus in you.
Right.
You know what I mean? If they can say after you receive the vaccine, you somehow end up with a COVID. See? Chances are they are injecting viruses in you. The actual virus.
Right.
Because we don't me have the opinion that the pandemic is basically a mind game more than a real virus. But I'm also of the opinion that these men have weaponized viruses that they have in reserve to release, to convince the public, you know what I mean, to persuade the ones that is skeptical of what's going on right now. You know what I mean? And I think this is a part of the psyop game. You know what I mean? And something real is gonna go out, and a lot of people gonna get blamed for the death of some other people. You know what I mean? This shit are gonna get real as we go further into the year, man. And a lot of people who spoke out against seeing all the efforts against this COVID thing and the vaccine, seeing gonna be blamed for the death of a lot of people, man. So look out. Shit is about to get real out here, man.
Right.
Yeah?
Right, this is 1 Thessalonians 5, start verse 1.
Right.
It said, but of the times and seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you, for yourselves know perfectly that day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night.
Right. Hey, you're thinking it's the vaccine coming out, people thinking of peace and safety. You're thinking it's peace and safety. You know what I mean? Sudden destruction coming, man. You know? Sudden. It all come up on you, man. And the war that being prepared in the background that you people don't know of, you know, that the US ambassador actually said the Jamaican government not even mention it.
In them news.
In them news. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
You know, remind me
that war
it
gonna catch you people by surprise, man.
Right. You remind me of the precept in Ezekiel, I think at 13. They say you have not gone up to the gaps to prepare the people for the day of the Lord. That's what Tapia is saying.
That's what Tapia is saying, man.
You have not gone to the people to prepare them for the war that's coming.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Pretty much you're throwing the blame on the government. Look here. You're making the people live in la la land.
Yeah.
The world is preparing for war, and you're out here not even warning the people. Your media isn't even bringing out the fact that the world